Juvenile crime is on the rise, especially more violent offenses. Recognizing the urgency of the issue, the local police department launched a new initiative to curb juvenile crime, Shield Our Youth. The program identifies at-risk youth and then offers them guidance and resources so they won't resort to criminal behavior. The goal is to prevent them from becoming entangled in the juvenile justice system, because once they're in the system, it can be hard to get out.
Across the country, we're recognizing an increase in juvenile crime. What's come from that is this idea of Shield Our Youth, which is very, very much about prevention.
The resources we need are right here. They're right here at home in Fort Smith, Sebastian County, and even across the state. There's resources that we could be utilizing. The problem we ran into, or that we realized, was that we're not communicating. I always like to compare it, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. So this youth, this troubled youth, or this teen, or this juvenile, they're getting help in this aspect of their life, maybe at home, but what's going on at the school? What's going on at the Boys and Girls Club after school? What's going on between those when they have nothing to do? And who are they hanging out with? Is it a home life issue? Is there a deeper root to the problem that we're seeing? And what we came up with was, I've heard it referred to as a clearinghouse, if you will, of resources. So we came up with a name for what we were going to call this beacon of resources, and we ended up coming with the name Shield Our Youth. And since then, Shield Our Youth has become a reality. We've worked closely with Restore Hope and utilizing their Hope Hub program, and through some grant funding and working closely with all these other organizations, Shield Our Youth became a reality, and now it's in full swing. And the idea, again, is this is your beacon. This is where you go. No matter what kind of trouble you're having with a member of our community that's a youth or juvenile or troubled youth, troubled juvenile, this is where you go, and we can guide you in the right direction to a resource or multiple resources and try to come up with a long-term solution.
Shield Our Youth is a program that we're launching to try to keep kids out of the justice system and avoid, contact with police, so they're not having to go to DYS, JDC, and come in front of a judge. With speaking to kids, that's what I love to do, and that's my passion. So just speaking to them and trying to keep them on the right track, even just a simple message from me, hopefully that can kind of let them know they're serious with me being in law enforcement. Since we're having those issues with juveniles at extreme high, they're reaching out. I have phone calls and emails that they're wanting me to, hey, see what you can do. See if you can evaluate my kid to see if we can rehabilitate him, and so he's not doing the things he's doing. They're already reaching out and saying, hey, I need help. What can y'all do? I don't want my kid getting in the system. I don't want my kid doing that. Please. And they hear that prevention, and so they're like, what can I do to stop my kid from doing what he's doing? Or
We now have a full-time police officer dedicated to this idea of Shield Our Youth, and it's a police-led initiative, but this officer will be basically a hub or a coordinator of resources in the community. So all these people that have been in this process up till now, they understand what we're doing, they understand where we're going, and they'll be readily available to lend their assistance to this.
The one thing we wanted to make clear was, hey, this isn't led by any one organization or person. Again, we're all working together, but we were having meetings and taking suggestions on names, and something that the standard that our officers are held to here. And these are grown people that have been through, a hiring process, a police academy, and should be some of the most trustworthy human beings on earth. In this position, we hold them to SHIELD. That's it's an acronym that we've created, and that stands for service, honor, integrity, education, legacy, and dedication.